Please take advantage of today. It is my pleasure to introduce the main sponsor of the event, Fethi from ESAS Ventures. Please come up. Let's give a great round of applause for Fethi.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
You guys have been a great
Morning,
friend
Bill.
great friend
Good
of
to see
Startup
you again.
Istanbul for so many years.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll try to do the same energy as you did to the crowd. But let's see how good I am.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I hope you all have been enjoying the last couple of days with Startup Istanbul. I know you guys have made a boat tour and worked long hours on the weekend, but I hope that everyone had the chance to enjoy Istanbul. So before I start, I want to thank Burak and Aslı and the Startup Istanbul team, because they actually have been putting a lot of hours into this event to be like this and good. And so they've been doing this for the past 7 years. And we've only been privileged to be the main sponsor for the last 2 years, but like Burak said, we've been working before unofficially. So please, let's give a big applause to Burak. And where's Aslı? Please. So I'd like to give a little bit information about ESAS Ventures and why we're actually really proud of being the main sponsor of this event. So when we started ESAS Ventures, we had some goals and targets, and we wanted to bridge the ecosystem in Turkey with the other ecosystems around the world. And in order to do this, we've actually been investing in many different geographies. Starting out from Turkey, we've invested in Europe, in UK, in US. Very recently, we entered new market, investing into 2 companies in LATAM, and this actually shows that we're not afraid of entering new markets. And also, Africa is really exciting place for us, and in fact, tonight I'm flying out to Africa for a board meeting of a company that we invested called M Pharma. And I think this is really important because investing is not the only thing that you should do. The key thing is you actually need to go and visit those companies and physically see what's happening on the ground, because otherwise there's no way you can add value to these companies. So if we look at the emerging world and the emerging markets and what's happening with tech, I think there's huge value to be created and captured. So let's give an example. If we take Africa, there's a huge unbanked population, but on the other side, we see that everyone has e-wallets and mobile payments are growing very fast. So this means actually the population is really, really adaptive to technology. And the idea for us is that we want to be a part of these stories by creating sustainable value. And on the other hand, if we look at the developed markets, we see that now the valuations are going out skyrocketing and getting crazy. And what we often see is that people are not getting value for the money that they invested. We can take the Uber case, we can take the WeWork case, we can take whichever case you want, but that's what's happening. And we really need to make the most out of that and try to show our story, tell our case, and show that we can actually create value on this side of the world too. So I'd like to actually give an example about that. I was in Silicon Valley a couple months ago. I went to this startup event called Y Combinator. It's an accelerator in San Fran. So we were talking to a company. Every time I go, I talk to many companies, but specifically when I'm talking to the founder, they were talking about what the company is doing, how the growth rate was, and I just asked, how is it? And the guy told me that we're growing 150% week over week. So I really didn't get that because I said, how long have you been around? And this guy told me, like, we've been around for 4 weeks. I mean, you guys are entrepreneurs, you know it doesn't work like that. So people are trying to adjust these crazy valuations to non-existing numbers or facts. And I think that's why we actually need to be not only here, but to travel to other geographies and try to understand what's happening there and bring it here and actually mix it up, because this is no longer a regional game. So that's why we need to expand our network. And I think that's why this event is really, really important in doing that, because connecting people from more than 65 countries here in Istanbul, it's actually a really big job, and we'll just continue to support this event, and I believe that this is becoming a tradition now. So everyone, please enjoy the event and try to take the most out of it. Thank you.